Okay, we are set up. So it's now officially being recorded. So when I am crazy wrong, like a year from now, y'all can pull this up and laugh your asses off at me.
Okay.
Um, okay. So did you guys read what I was sending before?
Yeah.
So the first day of leaks was basically like, uh, here's the maps. Here's how they're going to be oriented onto the overall Warzone map. And there were implications that it was going to be a lot more Blackout than it would Warzone. They also confirmed what we already suspected, that Warzone 2's map is going to be the same as DMZ. So even if you don't have like current gen or a PC to play Warzone 2 and you can't do it, you can still play DMZ and you'll still be able to learn the map. So when you do potentially upgrade, you'll already know the quote Warzone map. I thought that was kind of cool. The first, like, I guess controversial thing, Cam, was strongholds, which are apparently points. There's gonna be several, like 25, 30, just littered around. Some are apparently bigger than others and would theoretically or hypothetically give better rewards than the smaller ones.
But like what what are we talking about? Like, if what you said was true, like that's how you get your loadout, right? Then would the bigger ones have like armor satchels, fucking like everything you can think of?
They'll have armor, they'll have kill streaks, they'll have pro perks.
Yeah.
We'll get into some of that in a minute, but the point is, strongholds are PvE objectives, is what they said. So you'll be fighting AI while also having to watch your asses so other players don't like slide in and snipe the stronghold from you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm not gonna like.
Well,
having to deal with that.
I think once you hear these other changes, you're gonna realize that you wouldn't like it in Warzone, but Warzone 2 is not Warzone. So we'll get there. And just quick disclaimer, I think it's good. I think we're gonna look back from this like 2 years from now and be like, yeah, Warzone originally was just bare bones team deathmatch. It was bullshit, didn't have half the features, half the brain. It's definitely moving toward more of a strategic thinking game. So the next thing they went in to announce, and I don't remember, this was today that I saw this, earlier this morning. Interrogations. So similar to assassinations, if you down a guy, you can run up to him and essentially use a finishing move that is a quote interrogation that lasts several seconds through an animation, and if you get the info quote extracted from them, it'll be like a little mini UAV. It'll tell you where their team is.
I thought that was already a feature. I feel like that's been used before.
You can't interrogate somebody like a downed enemy. That's
basically, I'm assuming it's going to be like a mini UAV where you can see where the rest of his team is, like a spotter grenade. Kind of like that.
Correct, yeah. So, like, allegedly, people who have seen this, like, right now, they don't know whether it's, like, a placeholder animation or what, but the way it's worked in playtests, supposedly, again, take everything with a grain of salt, is you run up and it does, like, that stim animation, like the resurrecting thing, lasts for 6 seconds, and then it'll start pinging on your mini-map the 3 opponents.
That's cool, but, like, is that, I mean, just from typical Warzone engagements, I don't know if you'd have time to even pull it off. So, like, I mean, I guess it's big risk, big reward, but
I think it's gonna slow down. I don't think you're gonna see nearly as fast gameplay. Like, you know how in Warzone now, if you have a well-coordinated opponent, like, they just zoom in, everything is like clockwork, and they just obliterate your entire squad in half a second without trying. And then there's other people who, you know, you come around a corner and they're all like jerking off in a corner, like not even bothering to turn around when their buddy gets shot. That skill disparity there is going to be a lot more obvious, because you're going to have the teams that play tactically, and you're going to have the teams that are still thinking it's a run and gun, like real fast paced team deathmatch. Essentially, it's not going to be a team deathmatch.
Well, that's gonna definitely piss the people we play off when they go to interrogate Tyler and they see us all on the other side of the map.
Yeah, it will. I'm curious to see how it plays out with killing yourself, because I like. Are they still going to give you the option to finish yourself off immediately?
Yeah, but as soon as you start, but like at least, even with this like if you're down and like I do it all the time. I start to get assassinated, I try to kill myself immediately, but it won't let me. Like it still goes through the whole animation.
Well, yeah, but keep in mind, right now there's no such thing as interrogation. So the only thing they can do to you is assassinate you, and that's just them being a dick. But once they've downed you, like, and you see an opponent running towards you, you either kill yourself half the time, or you're still backing up to, like, throw your weapons off a cliff or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like it's gonna be a different gameplay completely on both sides. Like, if you're the one that's down, do you want to get bought back or resurrected or take your chances in the gulag, or like, do you want your teammate to revive you? Like, because if he gets to you, then like they know where they are. Like, I don't know, it's gonna be different.
Yeah, so I have literally nothing to base this off of, but my own, like, opinion and, like, curiosity and potential hypothetical here. So, but anyway, I could see a Warzone where they implement this feature and they take out the ability to kill yourself. So that timer that you're down for, that's a double-edged sword. Yes, it gives your teammates time to get to you, but it also gives your enemies time to clear around your body and interrogate you.
That's what I'm saying. But I feel like they're still gonna put it in there so you can kill yourself, because that way it's like if I get down, do I want you to like push up and try to get me, or do I want to like just kill myself and then not risk you guys getting the interrogation info and they can see you? Like, both sides, I feel like there's risk reward, so I feel like they keep it that way. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's even that way.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, but like, I don't see them keeping an interrogation feature if they also keep the ability to kill yourself. Just because literally nobody would ever get a chance to use it. Ever. Like, people,
Maybe.
The new norm would be when you go down, if there's even the slightest chance that you have an enemy nearby, you kill yourself right away. I think that's going to be your new
probably.
casual player strategy. And I mean, some of the better players, they might wait it out and like take a look and like keep in mind where the enemies were before they went down. They might give it a second, but 99% of the players you try to approach to interrogate them, they're going to be dead before you reach them. So it defeats the purpose of having that feature in the game at all. So I think that either the interrogation feature or the ability to kill yourself, one of them is going to have to be taken out of the game. I don't see an implication of it, you know?
Well, I guess we'll see.
This is still info on all that bullshit. Lasts about 10 seconds. Yeah, there's a lot of suspicion here that that's not going to make it into the final game, but interesting thought. Armor vests. This is your satchels, your plate armor. It's going to operate like a hybrid, so it'll be more of the blackout system where you can pick up tier 1 armor, tier 2 armor, tier 3 armor that lets you insert 1, 2, 3 plates respectively. And once, like, if your plate armor is broken, your satchel doesn't reset, but you do have to refill the plate.
So wait a minute though, like you just said tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, so like you're saying there's gonna be individual armor laying on the ground. It says like tier 2 armor?
No, so it'll say let's say armor vest. It'll say armor vest level 1, right? Let's say you're already carrying 3 plates that you found on the ground. If you pick up an armor vest tier 1, you can only put in 1 plate at a time, and then you're done. Now, if that plate breaks, you have 2 backups that you can then slide into that 1 armor slot, but you have to pick up and acquire the armor slots in order to fill them with any plates you may find and or buy.
Oh, I don't like that. That's dumb. I don't like that at all. So you're telling me like I'm gonna be pushing someone who happened to find like a level 3 armor vest. So he has like essentially full plates on this, but I only have a 1, so I'm already down less health than him.
Theoretically. Now, keep in mind it's going to be a new sandbox as well, so time to kill may be entirely different. Weapon impact and usage may be entirely different. So, I don't think it's inherently a bad thing until we see how it plays, like, with the rest of the features and guns in the game, you know? I get the hesitancy, though. Did you ever play Blackout?
No, never did.
Actually, I do have, I brought like a real cheap capture card, like a $20 capture card. I might try to play some Blackout this weekend. And I'll stream it and we can like chat about it and all. But it was basically just kind of, it was the precursor. They were just straight up ripping off Fortnite. Like just to see what would happen. And they had some very early concepts of what would turn into the fun game mode that was Warzone, but Warzone was very slimmed down, I guess you could say. It seems like the philosophy of Warzone 2 was going back to what Blackout was trying, but Warzone was kind of like the light version of it, where they couldn't implement like half the stuff they wanted to just because it was too early. They didn't have enough time to develop it. Now you're seeing a game that they've wanted to make for a while, and they're now coming up on the ability to actually implement all these features. See, I think it'll be a good thing because the gameplay cycle is going to be much more engaging. It's not going to be a matter of, hey, we're launching a game. That one lasted 5 minutes. We're going to go to another one that's going to last 20 minutes. You could join at the beginning of the stream or the end of the stream. It's not going to matter. I think the tension and the watchability of it and the decisions that we make and how our play flow goes is going to be much slower, much more strategic, much more move up, take a point, cover inventory. I'm foreseeing a situation where, like, Tyler and Nate are on Overwatch, and they're watching for enemies while you and I go in to take out a stronghold or something. And then, like, let's say enemies do show up and they start wildcarding. You and I then have our backs to the AI, and we have to fight our way out with enemies coming in who are also taking fire from Nate and Tyler. Like, the dynamic is going to change from a straightforward, oh, there's a guy in that building. We're going to go in that building. Either we shoot him or he shoots us. I don't think you're going to see something that simple again. And I think that the people who will play the game that simple are going to get weeded out real quick. Like a month in and they're gone. Anyway, that was armor. The hybrid system will be interesting. The bag system. So they've announced an inventory, and you played Fortnite, yeah?
Yeah.
So
you have like 6 items.
Yeah,
but
I
you
have
can stack it with guns if you want, or you can stack it with guns, or you can stack it with like I personally like to stack it with guns, maybe like a med kit and then maybe like a big thing for armor, and then other than that, like, but like other people stack a lot more stuff like grenades and shit.
Yeah, I have not played Fortnite. And that's what a lot of people are comparing this system to. And I think that taking the time to work with an inventory and really make a conscious decision instead of like just, you know, running over a dead body and just spamming the shit out of your pickup button. You're gonna have to make choices on what you want to carry and what you can carry. Now, the one thing that I didn't notice them comment on yet is in Blackout, you could pick up a gun, but it's like, let's say it was a gray gun. All the guns were gray though. You had to then find attachments. So it was possible to find like a sniper scope and then like an SMG. And...
Yeah, you told me this one before.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, so they didn't really